morning, evening, or afternoon. Why did I go out of order? Welcome to Near Mint Condition, a channel where you can be part of a positive, honest community and lay claim to some comic book knowledge. I'm the astonishing Melanie, and here's my husband, the uncanny Omar, and together we are Omni.
What are we? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to your Saturday live stream, where we take questions and you get answers. Maybe.
Sure you do.
Hello, Omar, Melanie, and everyone in the chat. Yes, how is everybody doing? It feels like a long time since I've seen you guys because, well, the last time I was on live was on Sunday, and then we went to DC with the girls and had a blast and took a little bit of a spring break. But you all didn't notice because I had videos every day. So that now that we're back, Phil Owens, how are you, buddy? It's good to see you, my friend. And the trip to DC was fun. I have to argue about a parking ticket. So if you work in the DC area and you gave the uncanny Omar a parking ticket, first of all, how dare you? Do you know who I am?
I'm just genuinely confused. It had the arrow. It like, here's a car, and the arrow was pointed here for the side. Like, wait, sorry, I'm trying to flip it for you guys. Anywho, we were in the space that was like pay to park.
So I took pictures. I'm gonna argue.
And it said the ticket said it was a loading zone.
This is a loading zone. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so if you work in the DC area, God bless you, because you have to deal with that all the time. So yes, I hope everybody is here and ready to talk about comic books and the things that make us happy. I did not see Superman in DC.
Ooh, Nick, have fun at the Lexington Board Game Convention.
Dude, have fun with that. I bet Maddie is there. Say hi to Maddie. I wonder Maddie if she's there. The voting, yes, the poll is over. It is over. And I just looked to see how many votes we got. Holy moly. Hey guys. I could have met Bennett today in Europe at a con, but got sick. Being here makes it a bit better. I'm so sorry. And he's, you know what? I'll make you feel better. He's a horrible, horrible person to meet. He curses. He punches dogs.
These handlers were telling him to leave, and he kept signing people's stuff for free.
Super
nice.
What
happened.
He's a super nice.
Is out.
Super
he said,
nice
hey,
guy.
can I get my picture with you to a kid in a Miles Morales costume?
Yeah, he's the one that approaches cosplay.
So don't be clipping Omar.
Don't be clipping Omar. Oh, I thought that was a new saying. Don't be clipping Omar.
Don't be clipping Omar.
Like no cap.
No.
And yassification.
What's
up, Wes? How are you, my friend?
Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, buddy.
Can you read it?
Yes. Happy Saturday. I thought you were going to read it. Happy Saturday, Omni. Just wanted to say how much I appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you.
And love supporting this channel. Thank you, buddy. I'm glad to have you here. I'm glad to have everybody here. This week has been, it's been crazy. Even though I was out of town, you know, a lot of things happened. And yeah, I'm just glad to be here to talk to you all.
Call Steve Rogers. He'll fix a ticket for you.
Dude, Steve Rogers beat me up. Oh, yes, there's Justin.
Placard.
No. Where were you, Justin? Where were you when I needed you, my friend? Thank you for this. By the way, Justin is the gentleman that suggested that restaurant, the seafood.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Thank you. I had the fried shrimp, and I was like, I really should get something else. No, because lots of people do fried shrimp, right? And it was the best fried shrimp I ever had. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
And that's coming from somebody from Kentucky, where you know our shrimp is fresh here in the rivers of the Kentucky. They may be crawdads, not fish.
Let's see.
Adorable Brett is here. And Peter, and what were you looking for?
Has there been any news about the Avengers by Perez Volume 2 Spines yet?
No, but I did ask, and I will keep asking until they show him to me. Yeah, I don't mind. I know there's been an update with the new cover of Daredevil, but I knew that was coming. I didn't know they were going to go ahead and just put it on PRH, though, which happens sometimes. The Daredevil by Zdarsky Omnibus Volume 2 will now match the cover of Daredevil by Zdarsky Volume 1, which was originally supposed to be used for the Daredevil hardcover Volume 1, but they decided to use another cover. Oh, Elon has a super sticker.
Yep, and so did Earl. Thank you, Earl, for the super sticker.
Omar and Melanie. Oh, maybe I meant Earl.
No, Elon did.
Have a good week. Tell us about Micronauts books, which I saw in your thumbnail. I love the Micronauts more so than ROM. I know that's blasphemous to a lot of people, but Micronauts were my toy. Besides Transformers, Micronauts were my toy / comic book. Just wonderful mashup that it was pretty much the brainchild of Bill Mantlo, who his kid got a bunch of toys for Christmas, and they were Micronaut toys, and he was wondering what they were about, so he started coming up with stories, and they gave him a new, I think it was Jim Shooter that actually approached Michael Golden to draw this. Michael Golden hadn't drawn hardly anything, especially at Marvel Comics. So they got together and pitched the idea to, at the time, who owned the rights to Micronauts, the toy, and because of, they were doing Star Wars, and they were doing, they were going to be doing ROM and G.I. Joe later. They went ahead and gave them a license. So it's an interesting comic book because it starts off in the Microverse, but a lot of the early stories take place on Earth. And the reason they're called Micronauts is because they're little. Like when they come to Earth, they're tiny. They're based on the Microman toys, which were originally released in Japan. Kaden, how you doing, buddy? But these, they Americanized the toys and then gave the stories like a deeper characterization to these toys. And it's cool because Marvel came up with their own characters. Like the two main characters of Micronauts were not based on toys. So that was really cool. But the stories are fun. Bill Mantlo is just having a lot of fun. It almost feels like a European comic. Sorry, that's long-winded.
Let's go to Elon.
I'm so sorry.
I just want to get to Elon super sticker as well. Thank you for that question. Thank you, Elon, for the super sticker. You can tell Omar has a 2001. Oh no, 200.
You
IQ.
don't have a 2001
No, I don't,
IQ.
because he went down one knee for Melanie. Oh, thank you.
I did. I did it so romantically. I did it in the place that.
And my favorite Christmas song.
Her favorite Christmas song was playing in the background. Wait. Was that who I thought it was?
I hear, baby.
Oh, I thought it was somebody else. Sorry.
Okay. Hayden has a super.
Thank you.
Chat.
I know this has been asked a lot, but is there time to add the Extreme X-Men miniseries to the Omni? Daniel, I'm sorry, no. That wasn't up to me, of course. I did ask them, and they said no. Probably because it's a retcon series, and they may have a collection of that someday. Like like they're having the Marvel The End series coming out. Probably I can see that happening when it's all said and done. But yeah, unfortunately, I was told no.
Hayden, thank you for the.
Oh, thank you, Hayden. How have you been,
Happy
buddy?
Saturday to two fabulous folks. Ooh, Hayden, I like the picture.
Is that Harley Quinn? That's got to be Harley Quinn, right? It's Harley Quinn? I think it is.
Yeah. I just read Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn. Speaking of which, because somebody was asking what we took to read on
Richard
vacation.
Was.
Y'all, Bar's not here yet. We'll make her proud. I waited to tell her on the live stream. I read these two babies yesterday on the while Omar was driving home, and it was amazing. And I want to read more by G. Willow Wilson. And the artwork, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I highly, highly recommend it. Bar was right. Hashtag Bar was right.
Let's not do that.
So good. So good. So good.
I read this stack of books right here. I read these from Marvel Comics. And let me see. Black Widow.
Oh, and I read this.
I skimmed through Black Widow because I had already read the Edmondson series in the past. And I skimmed through them if I don't have to read a lot. But Hulk, I did reread a couple of it, like the Steve Ditko issue. Because the last time I read it was with my daughters when we did the Mighty Marvel Masterworks. And then I read the Micronauts Omnibus volume. Oh, I'm actually wrapping it up because I haven't read that in years. Because that is the thing about Micronauts and ROM. Those stories have not been collected in decades since they came out. So it's insane that we're getting them for the first time.
Oh, Ben, I'm jealous. I was like, to old original art, I'd want one from here. You got one. Oh, which one? Which panel? Oh,
Are we getting a Road to Onslaught Omnibus?
I also read.
No, that's called the Age of Apocalypse Omnibus. Yes.
I also read.
That's a good question, though.
My best of Harlan Ellison. I started reading that, and man, whew, that's some heavy stuff. And so I got these at Third Eye Comics. So we went with Omni Dog, Jess, and I picked these two up. I didn't know that Wrong Earth had more out. And I'm so excited. I'm going to get these in single issues. Omar got this for Zdarsky and Jimenez to sign at C2E2.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have to read Scarlet Witch, the second trade, so I could start reading Scarlet Witch Quicksilver. There's gonna be 4 of these,
Yes,
and then they're gonna restart.
and they're relaunching it as Scarlet Witch again.
Guys, somebody was saying thank you for the video. The video out last night. I want to, what's it called? Recommend. I reviewed Scarlet Witch Last Door. It's so good. Do yourself a favor and read that book to lift your spirits. And Kyle, I listened to him yesterday in the car. How do you say it, baby?
I ain't gonna say that word.
Oh, Kyle, wait, you need a. There you go.
No,
That's you and Kyle. That's you and Kyle right there. The gift.
That's bait. But it wasn't the name. God bless.
No, I'm scared to say it. Perpetuity. No, wait. Am I saying correctly? Perpetuity.
But that wasn't the title of the comic. The title of the comic was like In Perpetuity, and I could not pronounce it. Yeah, on our Patreon, I put like some goofs that I do.
Ben, thank you for posting it there. Yes, we have a Discord on the $5 disc Patreon tier that also gives you
early access to
videos. And then one tier up, $7.77 tier is the book club. And somebody's hoping that Wolverine will win. It'll be this person's first book club meeting. But it looks like, is it still?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't checked.
Yesterday it was, just a second. Yesterday it was the death of Captain Marvel that was winning. So here in a second, I'll check. Hayden, thank you for the super sticker. Let's see if Hayden has something to say. There we go.
Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver is so much fun. Been collecting it in singles. Can't wait to get my hands on issue 3 with my boy Tommy on the cover.
Oh, see, that was sad. I was like, I can't read these yet because we were on vacation and the trade's at home. Then I came home and played Final Fantasy 7. So
priorities. Johnny
is excited for his first book club.
Oh, you remember names? Okay, wow.
I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
Oh, you got some X-Men. That's not Rogue. That's Jubilee.
Oh my gosh, I should be kicked off the show.
Now you're being really hard on yourself.
So, Nispuchi Chow, thanks for telling me that we've had a ton of great questions as well. Here, this Johnny, he gave us the super sticker. How often do you reorganize your shelves?
God.
This is driving me crazy, right? Each month I'm having to redo my collection on the shelf because I'm buying so many NMC recommendations each month. It's all your fault.
It's my fault. I should come to your house. I should start that as a Patreon tier. That's what I told Jess when he had me rearrange his Nightwing.
Fly me to your house.
I'm only flying first class for you, Jess. I'll be honest with you. It's gotten to the point where this is work, right? Like this is what I do. So if I come down here and I've got like, for example, those Marvel trades, I'm looking at my shelf right now and going, oh my gosh, my Hulk shelf is completely filled up. So what I can do is move my Marvel Masterwork somewhere else, which I feel like I have to do anyway, because they're classy. They look good. And make room for more Hulk books. But most of the time, like if you see my tour of my Omni collections, people were giving me props. They're like, oh man, way to go, not keeping any at the bottom just in case it floods. And I was like, no, that's just me thinking ahead, because I know I'm gonna have to start moving things around just because of how many books come out. So maybe I try to do it once a quarter is how often I reorganize my shelves, but I also don't dust, so there's that. Good morning. Listening to y'all chat while I read my Omnis is the perfect way to start my Saturday. Thank you for that, Alan.
And I'm going to look up what's winning for the book club. Can you answer this question?
Yeah, of course. When's the most wanted Marvel poll countdown for the ones that
one maybe?
That or, one. I mean, that one that okay. Next Sunday we're gonna unveil the winners. It's gonna be myself and Peter M. I'm not sure if Taylor's gonna join us. We'll have a slideshow and we're gonna unveil the top 60. But I'm only sending the top 20 to Marvel, but people really enjoyed seeing the top 60 last year. So
Wolverine looks like Wolverine is winning by 1 vote so far.
That's on our Discord, I'm sorry, our Patreon book club. Which
Wolverine by Claremont Miller.
I'll be putting what it looks like. here
And today
on YouTube, what we do there behind, like, so you can get a taste of what our book clubs are like. It can be mayhem, especially if you have Bruce there reading you notes.
Yeah, Omar's gonna just edit a bit the Trouble book club meeting.
Yeah, it's kind of give people an idea of what we
right
do.
now it is on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, oh shoot, just went out my brain. Wait, books. Can't remember. Bruce, thank you for the super chat. You get rogue there. Found 4 newborn kittens in the undercarriage of my EV. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. It's like take care of 4 babies. Oh, those poor little things.
This reminds me of something like Doug. I don't know if Doug's watching right now, but Doug is the type of guy that would take those kittens in and raise them as his own. Bruce, are you going to keep them? Random question, but have you ever as an adult had time you felt awkward or uncomfortable reading comics in public?
Oh,
like
no.
at an airport, airplanes, or have you ever been given a hard time as an adult?
I said all the time with that. I said no.
One time I was it's Jonathan.
There you go.
I remember reading, I think it was Preacher. I was at an Applebee's, and it was when I used to travel a lot.
That's on the chat. Okay.
And when I and when I traveled, I would take comics with me. I remember just one time somebody was like, they got smart with me about it. I've told this story before. I was reading a comic, and it was my waiter, and he was like,
I remember.
Oh, you're reading. What did he say? Something along the lines of like, "Oh, you're one of those guys that reads those." What did he say? He was doing it in a very demeaning way, and I was like, "Man, you're looking. I'm out in my 20s, and I'm gonna wait for you outside in the parking lot. I'm beat your this absolute preacher."
Was that what you're reading?
Yeah, I was reading Absolute Preacher. But most of the time, no. It's like most of the time, it's a conversation starter. Like whenever I'm reading somewhere, it's never anybody rude. That was the only time in my adult life that I was like, what the? I thought they stopped making dudes like this when I was in high school, because it's just become such a big part of pop culture. I mean, the #1 movies all over the world are comic book movies. So that's ridiculous. I don't know. That dude was anyway. But most of the time it's been a positive, reaction. Like, oh, you're reading that. And it's like, or it's usually like, oh, my daughter likes manga, or my daughter likes One Piece, or things like that. That's usually the kind of interactions I have.
If you go to our Patreon page, the link's in the description, you can join the $7.77 tier, and that gives you access to the book club Baba months.
But there are different tiers.
And early access to videos and Discord. You ready?
Oh, do this one first.
Okay.
Do you have any free collected editions? Sorry to ask, Omar. Caden, did I send you stuff already? I had to get your daddy to email me, make sure it was okay to send you books. As a matter of fact, I'm not promoting it, but I am going to be giving away 3 copies of Micronauts, the ones that are sealed. So the Frank Miller cover, this will be tomorrow, by the way. It's just like, I think in my thumbnail, or I think on the description of the videos, like contest and giveaway, and I see people do that so they can get more views and clicks. Of course, that helps, right? Then you have the Steve Ditko cover, and then the one and only Michael Golden cover. That is a wraparound. So I'm giving those 3 away tomorrow, and you can find out how to enter by watching the video. But that's my next giveaway until the next giveaway, which will be full of trouble. Thank you, Bruce.
That's the
let me tell you, dude. Let me tell you.
My kids love reading Trouble. Bruce, thank you for the super chat.
So your dogs, my labs, does not like cats. In 7 weeks, we will be giving them away. Pictured are up in your Discord. Okay. I thought he was like, I'm gonna put them and send them to you like I did that Trouble, with a bunch of little air holes so they make it to your house. Please don't send me cats.
Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, let's a lot of people are putting this in there, and this happened while we were away. So rest in peace, Ed Piskor.
Oh shoot, I should have started earlier.
I have a lot of thoughts about this, and I couldn't sleep on Monday, remember? Because I was thinking about his family and stuff. And stay to mainly, like, I stick to talking about the stories and nothing personal on the channel. And I try to advise people like, hey, this creator has some issues. So if you can't support somebody like that, it is completely up to you. This was something horrible that happened, and not to condone, what's going on, but it felt like it had an ending that should not have happened. I don't think that this is, nobody won when this
happened. And that's
happened.
why I wanted to put out that video yesterday about stories lift your spirits. And I think, no, I'm sorry. Here, you go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that I, with him taking his life, nobody wins. Molly doesn't win, and certainly not the pain that is going to live with his family for the rest of their lives. Because we've lost friends to suicide, and it's awful. It's awful on the family. It's awful on the friends, because you have like survivor's guilt, right? And it sucks because I met Ed a couple of times at conventions, and we shot emails back and forth right before 2020 talking about X-Men, and it was right before his channel got really big. He was just starting out, and Marvel had sent me his grand design, and he was talking about the paper stock in it. I mean, I always kept it professional. But what I will say is that, depression happens. It hits us all. And you have to remember that you are loved, and that this world is a lot better with you in it. And there is, you reach out to people if you are hurting. That's what I wanted to say.
And he did say he felt totally alone in his letter, that he felt like he didn't have anybody. I think, like, me and Omar talking about it, it's like it's not like there's an answer that I can think of, right? It's like, this is something that happens when you bring an issue into the public arena of social media, right? But I'm not saying it's wrong to do it, because of what Molly said, that she's wanting to help others speak out. So it's like, why do you have to, I don't know, choose a side, right? Like, it's just, but however, a consequence is the people with mob mentality, it's such a short span, like, that destroys somebody. So it's like, I don't know what the answer is, right? What's in the middle? What's a way to help everybody?
I think one of the things that he stated was he felt alone. But I will say the part of his letter that broke my heart was when he said, "Daddy, I can't come over." Because his dad reached out to him. But he was just at that space, right? And I've seen people, talk about his letter, how selfish it was. And that's the thing, too, when it comes to suicide. Everybody's going to react to it differently. Mm-hmm. People are going to be mad at him for taking his life, for being weak, or whatever they want to call him. And that is up, that you can't correct the way people think. I remember when Robin Williams took his life, I got into an argument with somebody because I didn't understand. Like, he was going off about how Robin Williams, like, I'm not going to repeat what he said, but I was like, man, that's so disrespectful. Like, mental illness is a thing. And I didn't understand until our good friend Allison took her life, when he was talking about how selfish Robin Williams was, because I saw what it did to her mom and dad. So yeah, people can feel about it any way they want to, that's all I'll say. But I am here to remind everybody that there are people, whether it's your family, whether it's your dad calling, you pick up the phone and you talk to them, because maybe that one little thing they say can help. We've all been there, and and everybody deals with it differently.
And hear what James is saying, that I just want to say, like, I'm not, what's it called?
Condoning or anything. What do you?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like that, or I wish they had gone through a process of like an investigation, something. But then again, sometimes those things don't happen. I don't know. I've never personally experienced anything like this, and I'm grateful for it. But at the same time, I feel like I don't have I don't have the knowledge to make that much of a comment.
Well, I mean, it's gotten to the point. I have a really good friend of mine, and I'm gonna just leave it at this. I have one of my best friends is a Catholic priest, and one time we were talking about how if a priest is accused of doing something to a child, they're done. That's it. There have been cases, he was telling me, where the kids were just joking, and a priest has lost his title, he lost his church, and the kids even came out and said, we were just fooling around. But once that is out there, he's like, it's done. We live in a world where there's hardly any forgiveness, or there's no room for redemption. And even if it's just a joke, and the people that accused the priest of this came forward and said it was a joke or it didn't happen, it doesn't matter. They're done. So even if the whole process had come through, I think that's where his mind was probably. It's like, it's over. Like, I can't work again. So it's awful. And Melanie's right. There is no right answer for any of it. But it is a reminder to people that, that are suffering from anything like this, when you think you reach bottom, that there are people that care.
Bill Watcher 96, I see your super chat, so thank you. I went to the start section and saw that I guess we had started this conversation. So I pre-ordered the first 4 DC Compact Comics releases: Watchmen, Court of Owls, Far Sector, and All-Star Superman. Hopefully they're good releases. I like All-Star Superman. I like Court of Owls.
They're small.
Surely I've read Watchmen. That must have been years and years ago.
But they're also small, right? Like, they're compact size, like digest size books.
Okay.
People were talking about how, they're doing like a manga size type of book. It is really interesting to see DC take that route. But Curtis brought up a really good point that, perhaps they're doing that to help like college students. Like, a college student wants a copy of Watchmen because they have to study it for class. And now they can afford it because it's this tiny little book.
Oh, okay.
Unlike, because I think when people think digest size or manga, they're like, it's geared towards kids, which is what Marvel was doing with their like Tsunami line, like Runaways or Human Torch or Sentinel. They came out in these little digest size books. So it's a little bit different.
Let's see. There's also somebody, I started this because he's asked several times.
Sure.
Where is it? It's about Nightwing.
What about Nightwing?
I could have sworn I started. Where is it? It is. That just has trouble next.
I don't know about Batman by Matt Wagner. I don't know if that's going to be reprinted or not. Oh, you're welcome, Julian. I mean, it's just, I knew people were going to ask, and I just wanted to make sure my point got across that you matter. All of you.
Here it is. What's your take on Seeley's Nightwing run compared to Dixon's?
It's okay. It's kind of like Marv Wolfman's run to Nightwing. It's there. People really enjoyed it, and it led into the whole. You're talking about the Gleason stuff, right? And that teaming up with Tom King. Actually, no, that run was fun. It stood out. I wasn't the biggest fan of Kyle Higgins' Nightwing, but the Gleason stuff was fun. If they were like, okay, we're gonna do away with the character, so instead of that, let's just instead of just ending the series, let's continue the series in a different way. In my country, there are several celebrities that have been accused of horrible things, but at the end of it was lies, but the celebrities' careers never recovered. Internet and media are quick to judge. There is obviously a big case of that happening too from time to time, and it's case by case. Sweetie.
I just happened to look over at my phone. It says, let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Like, it tells us that Lily is her first super. We don't see. Oh my gosh, guys, there's so much we don't see
on
through StreamYard. Like, even sometimes the the stickers. Oh yeah, the stickers we don't see. We don't know what it is. But we have a few super chats here. So Eric, thank you for the super chat. Do you ever see a reprint of Cloak and Dagger Omni 1 being a thing? Secondary market is really high.
Oh goodness, I think that's going to be one that it might be a while, especially with when people vote. Right, Cloak and Dagger's probably not on their priority or their radar even. Probably it's going to be like Power Pack. I remember people were making fun of Power Pack and Cloak and Dagger when they first came out, and I was like, man, when these books go out of print, people are going to be like paying an arm and a leg for them in the secondary market. Let's lift everyone's spirit with one of my intelligent questions. Danger Mouse or Count Duckula?
Wait, beforehand, Final Shadow's wondering, is our mic set up differently? Because every time you hit the table, we hear it.
Let me see something really quick.
Oh, wait, no, here.
Let me.
Okay,
you
just want the GIF to keep playing over and over. That's all. I just wanted to stop the GIF. Thank you.
Okay. I don't think so. Here, let me do something really quick.
While he's doing that,
yeah, you don't have to choose.
Man, this is such a tough question. Danger Mouse, Count Duckula, and the Heart of Pennsylvania. Both songs are great, so you can't compare the songs. You can't make your choice based on songs. Let's see. There's Penfold. Penfold's better than Nanny and the Butler.
Oh, I love Nanny's voice.
And I love their voices. I genuinely can't.
I'm gonna go with Danger Mouse. He has a card. He has a cool card. Count Duckula eats vegetables. It has an awesome song. I actually
imagine it. Danger Mouse has a.
But without Danger Mouse, there is no Count Duckula because Count Duckula appeared in Danger Mouse first. Not that it should matter, but
okay.
He was a villain.
That's a good answer.
Final answer: Danger Mouse. He has an eye patch. How was Chocolate City? Ups from my home. Oh, dude, I didn't know that's. Oh, it was fun. We went to do all the touristy things in DC, the stereotypical touristy things.
Chocolate City. Let's see. Ooh, Tortured Soul has a Michael Turner Creations hardcover.
You know, I didn't get one. I was looking to get one and I never got one. Dang it. Good job.
There's a new Flash Omni.
There is.
Next
week.
It
comes out Wednesday.
Film Watcher loves Danger Mouse.
It's obviously Guyver too. Just a Joshua Williamson Volume 1. Joshua, are you awake? I hope so.
Let's see. Oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Dom of X for totally helping us out and editing my video. So thank you.
It is feeding time. Send a pic to your email. Thank you, Bruce, for sending. Is it you eating or the kitten? Please don't send me pics of yourself eating.
Let's see. What's the best Iron Man Omni collection? Looking for something modern with cool art and suits.
Oh, modern. Oh gosh, you don't have much choices. Wait, Omni collection. Oh, you can get the Armor Wars, the Stark Wars. That has a lot of armor in it. It doesn't have quite what you're looking for though with the modern stuff. The modern epics don't kick off until later this year. Yeah.
How about Keep Trouble and Erase Identity Crisis?
Oh.
Trouble is just so ridiculous out in left field and doesn't affect anything. Yeah.
I hate Identity Crisis, but it did. Because of that, we got one of the best Justice League stories, which is the Crisis in Conscience. So I have to, erase Trouble and keep Identity Crisis. I never thought I'd keep Identity Crisis, but yeah. Natives call DC Chalk City because black people.
Oh, okay.
I was not going to explain to my wife.
No, see, now you're talking about DC. Like, I was like, is this a candy? Is this a out of context?
She's like, we didn't go to Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I didn't know we were talking about vacation. Let's see. Hey, Dana, wasn't able to catch live stream the past couple of Saturdays. I'm happy to be able to watch today and hear your thoughts about the Ed Piskor tragedy. Very well said. Such a sad loss.
Thank you, Dana.
Hey, Jacob, you have mentioned the modern era of comics. Is there a specific start to the modern era? That's a good question. Coming from someone who still thinks the 80s were only 20 years ago. Yep. Yep.
I do
totally
think the 20s
agree.
The last thing I want to say about the Ed Piskor thing is I've seen a lot of things on Twitter and on YouTube of live streams and stuff talking about this, and it's just so weird. Like, well, I was talking to Taylor about this, how people are making money off of this. It's sickening, and I was like, I hope they're at least like donating the money from this to a good place. Of course, the kittens. Okay.
So, when does modern era start?
Oh, don't ask me that.
But that's what Jacob asked.
All right, Jacob, hear me out. This is the hard part about answering that. We have a Wolverine Epic Collection that's a classic Epic Collection that takes place at the same time that Grant Morrison is writing New X-Men. New X-Men, however, is a modern Epic Collection. So you figured out that math. Because, yeah, I guess they wanted to go all the way to Greg Rucka's Wolverine before they completely changed the title to Modern Epic, which we know it's coming. Those epics are selling really well.
Thank you to the person that I just lost.
Omar, the Target Disney comic around the world hardcover's
working.
getting a worldwide release. $100. How much is it at Target? I need to go to Target because they got a Blaster, Studio 86 Blaster. I need to pick up. We got to go to Target sometime soon, baby.
It's Cosmo Shop Top. Thank you, Saturday morning.
Okay, yes. If you live in Canada and you're wanting to buy big books, check out BD Cosmos. They're based out of Montreal, Quebec, and their website is bdcosmos.com. They offer 25% off your order of 99 Canadian dollars or more. Free shipping everywhere in Canada with every order of $200 or more. And you can tell them ship it together so you can get up to that $200 total. Let them know Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and you'll be added to a monthly $25 gift card raffle. Entries are valid for new and returning customers. Don't be afraid to call them, email them, ask them questions, and they've been around for a while, and they're great folks. That's www. Why do I even say that?
HTTPS /
bdcosmos.com. Well, you go ahead and sing your song.
BD Cosmos with rewards and raffles taking care of customers in Canada.
I just dated myself.
www.
Like somebody who's 20 years old is gonna be like, www. What the heck? How old is this guy? I'm gonna go on my phone.
Yeah, John, somebody else is asking about Iron Man.
The world is waking up.
Doesn't the modern age start with Crisis on Infinite Earths?
No, I think that's called something else now because it goes to the Bronze Age, and then I always thought modern age started at that time, but you know, in 10 years' time, modern's gonna be like, what the heck? What is modern gonna be in 10 years' time? The Krakoa era? That might be modern.
That is modern because modern means current. Oh my gosh, I hate the word modern. Duckasaur says, "Can I read the Green Lantern Omnis by Jeff Johns, even if I haven't read any other Green Lantern stuff?" I said yes.
100%. It was Maddie's first Green Lantern, it was Amanda's first Green Lantern, and they weren't confused.
We missed Jeff Johns by 2 days. He's at Third Eye Comics today.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that store was as big as Omar's collection.
There's a Copper Age too. Hey, cool cats.
Hey, Boogie Des, if you had to for your entire collection, keep, giveaway, sell. Oh wow.
Oh, like
go Dark Horse.
All of it?
Keep one, sell, and give. Which would you keep? Dark Horse because of Berserk.
Oh yeah, keep Dark Horse.
Okay.
I give away my. Oh, you're a monster.
Would you? Wow. Well, how much more Image or Vertigo do you have? I suppose would be the.
I have a lot more Image, but Vertigo has some. I mean, Vertigo's got Sandman. Vertigo's got.
Oh no! I can't choose between Sandman and Berserk.
What makes you think you get to choose? Just because you marry me don't mean you get half my stuff. Well, no, wait, it does. It means you get 60%. I better keep it real. Okay. Was that answered? Krakoa's postmodern era.
No, oh, yeah.
Not in 10 years' time, Roberto Rodriguez.
Do you sell Vertigo or give away Vertigo?
Fine. I give away Image.
Oh, no. Give away Vertigo so you give away the Sandman to some kids.
Yeah, some
I
kid
let kids borrow my
whose
Sandman.
parents going to be like, I can't take this. There's naked women in here.
Yeah, there be naked women's in theirs.
Modern doesn't have to mean current. Okay. When is the next Reels talk and what's the topic, please? Craig, I just got back from DC. I'll text Amanda this weekend. We'll figure it out together, okay?
Archaeologically modern narrative starts in 1950 because of nuclear detonations. The carbon record can't be trusted beyond that. Whoa! Thank you for teaching me today.
If that's the case, then we're all modern. There's no difference between us. There's no Gen X. There's no boomers. There's no millennial. What's the next thing? Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever.
You're always hopeful for the new X-Men era is the answer.
That is the answer.
Always hopeful.
Let me tell you something.
Not
you, him.
No, I wasn't arguing with you. I was just restating it because I'm excited.
Yeah. No matter what time, no matter how many times they relaunch it, they give me the same silly costumes. They give me a tease. I get super excited. It's X-Men. Of course I'm going to get excited. It could be horrible. Who knows? I've been excited and been let down so many times. I'm just here for the ride. Somebody in your video of Scarlet Witch, you said your video is called Comics to Uplift or to Lift up your spirits. Is that what it is? Somebody said, I wanted comics that break my spirits. Read X-Men. Read X-Men. You'll have highs and you'll have lows.
High hopes.
Omar, a friend challenged me to $1,000 best of $1,000. What kind of friends you hanging out with, Lionheart? $1,000 best of 7 in Mortal Kombat 1. I won 4 games to 0. I now have $1,000 tax.
Whoa! Congratulations, Lionheart.
Why are you fronting like that?
Man. Wow.
How about a friendly match of Street Fighter? My choice of Street Fighter, though. Street Fighter 3.
Oh, hey, then. Brubaker's Cap is considered modern, yet gaming consoles released in that era like PS3 and Wii are now retro, and I feel old as dirt. I still call it a Game Boy. No, I don't still call it a Game Boy. What was I calling?
Nintendo?
I call my Switch a 3DS, I think, sometimes. I forget what it is.
I have a fear that we're going to be like our parents when you're like, what new Nintendo did you get today? And my dad would always call everything Mario Bros. Mario Bros. He was like, what Mario Bros you get? And I'm like, I didn't get Mario Brothers, Dad. This is Super Street Fighter 3 or 2.
We all know it's Smash Brothers you vote on, not bros. I say brothers. So quick research says the modern age of comics began in 85, 86 to present. I think that a bit of bunk, and we've had at least 2 ages in the time. But what do I know? I agree with you. Like
I think modern shouldn't refer to a specific era, just the current ongoing. What do they do with music, for example? Where's Mark Zimmer when I need him? Instead, there can be gold, silver, bronze, chrome, image, chrome covers, collectors, bubble, digital eras. Ooh, digital. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about that one. Omar, are you guys going to check out Monkey Man or Godzilla and Kong? Monkey Man looks awesome. How's Godzilla and Kong? I haven't seen that. Atari 2600 for the win. What's up, Alex?
Mandalorian.
It's a sobering reminder to us, as Rob Liefeld said, do better. Yeah, lots of people out there with thoughts, man. It's crazy.
Do you hate the one where he regenerates from a single cell?
I hate that guy. That's the Greg Mark Guggenheim story. I hate that story so much. Wolverine doesn't need to be that powerful. He ain't Cell from Dragon Ball Z. What's up, Netherlands?
When we went to the art museum in Washington, D.C., my little girl was excited to see the Netherlands. The art was from, because she tried learning Dutch for like a week. But anyway, it was really cute.
It's Final Shadow, is this still happening? Like whenever we hit the table? Let me know, buddy, because I'm trying to figure out why we've had people work while we were away. So I don't know if they accidentally bumped into my mic.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So thank you for letting us know. Got my tickets for Spy Family, the movie, in a few weeks. You guys going to see it? No, but we are going to go see Cowboy Bebop live. It's the Netflix adaptation of Cowboy Bebop, and they're going to do 11.
Nope. It's the music
of Cowboy Bebop
live, and wow, it's going to be amazing. After Amazing Spider-Man #1 by Lee Ditko, what's the best first issue of Amazing Spider-Man after the OG? So many relaunches. We got Maggie Byrne #1, Amazing Spider-Man 2014 #1, Post Secret Wars 2015 #1, Spencer #1, and Zeb's #1.
I don't know. Maybe Superior or Spidey 2099. I'm not even going to talk about the Spy Museum because I tried, But somebody in our family said, that sounds boring to me. And I'm
then
not going to
I
throw
said, okay,
anybody under the
but
bus.
they didn't have passes left. I distracted Omar.
Spider-Man
okay.
2099 or Superior Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yes, the mic is still picking it up. I wonder why. I'll figure it out. I'm sorry. And if you're wearing headphones, I'm sorry. Omar, do you think the manga Trouble Is My Business by Jiro Taniguchi will ever come out in English? Yes, Andrew, because everything eventually does, brother. And we've had although Kingdom hasn't come out yet. That's a big surprise considering how popular and huge it is. I need that one.
Thank you. Okay, Kevin, for the super
thank you,
chat.
Kevin. Much appreciated, buddy. You got a Pingu.
Pingu. This one?
Yeah.
Red Criminal Volume 1 on a plane. Guy next to me was intrigued by the cover of T. Lawless smoking with a broken nose, the icon OG. OHC. He never saw collected editions before. I hope he becomes a collector.
I hope so too.
Is this the Iron Age argument? Current Age? Iron Age? Wait, what? Now I'm confused.
It is the age of the collected
Aquarius.
editions, not the age of Aquarius.
Yes, we love manga.
Is that
currently
Bleach?
on volume 85 of what?
Oh yeah, you think you're a manga reader? Who's that on his?
That's Bleach himself.
A strawberry. What
No,
do they call him?
oh my gosh, we've got
Ichigo. What was Ichigo's name? What was the nickname? Strawberry or something?
Yeah, something like that. We have this joke, and we've been doing it for years. Just randomly be like, "Oh, that's why they call it Bleach."
Yeah, nobody's gonna get that. Even if you try to explain.
You all understand.
Please don't say that.
Straczynski Spider-Man.
But it wasn't. But it wasn't a relaunch. I think he's asking about number ones, right? Straczynski's was part of what 36, so it was a continuation.
He wrote an intro to my Harlan Ellison book. He was friends with Harlan.
Yeah, I didn't know they were friends.
Yeah.
They say they don't want to print Kingdom since it's so larger. Seems most companies want short runs or one and done. What? Vince is out of their mind. They print nothing but long ongoing series.
Any hidden gem videos planned for April?
There is, yes. I want to bring it back along with I'm actually going to wrap up Transformers because I'm phase 3 or part 3 because I'm interviewing John Barber and Andrew's hold on, let me make sure I'm got the right people that I'm interviewing. I'd hate to interview the wrong person. Let me make sure it's just me and not okay. Yes, it's just two of them. Andrew Griffith and John Barber are coming on the channel on Wednesday, April 17th at 3 p.m. And then on this Monday, I'm interviewing Jason Aaron at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you want to join us for that. He's going to be talking about
That's about that Scrooge McDuck comic. Let's go.
Right. Why are you acting a fool? Hello, Omar, Melanie.
Don't even pretend that you're not excited.
Of course I'm excited. It's Uncle Scrooge.
So why are you making fun of me?
Because you're just losing it. It's Ichigo, not Bleach, Melanie. He's like, I'm never watching the show again. These people don't know.
That's why they call it Bleach.
He doesn't understand the joke behind schedule today, but now it's time to rest and watch NMC. Thank you for that. Ichigo Strawberry Kurosaki, I believe. That is right. That's what they called him.
Man, you have Ichigo's sword.
Yep.
And it is so hard to hold up with just one arm like he does. It's like, oh my gosh, this is so heavy.
You know how many times I try to Bankai that sword and it never works, no matter how drunk I get?
If you want to see some action,
oh yeah,
gotta be the same.
We bought the vinyl just for that song. Dude, I jogged to that song. I love that song.
Sensational. We did meet up with Jess twice. We went to Third Eye Comics and we went to eat with his wife and we had a lovely time.
Lovely is the only way to describe Patty. Jess, on the other hand, is a mess. Only go to the Spy Museum if you have a clone of James Bond in the Swiss.
Spy Museum has been around for a long time though. I thought it was.
Yeah, it's been around for a while.
So Jeff found a secret door when this person was a kid to a secret passage. Thought I was clever. Only to find out that I wasn't as clever as I thought I was.
But it doesn't matter, Jet. You remember
that
as a child.
Mansion.
The old mansion was awesome.
I found one secret
80 secret doors.
That wasn't a door. It was just opened up in the bookshelf. I don't know what that means. What's a hooey?
Don Rosa interview when been waiting. You know what? Come on.
calm right now. No, you're not.
Watch this.
No, you're not.
Remind me to email Don Rosa after the show. I ain't gonna call that man.
Oh, he took pictures of Duke on an adventure. He made a pickle friend, and he went to Third Eye Comics. That's what Duke.
Hey,
did.
Omar, Melanie. Hope you're having a good day. Just wondering what's the biggest omnibus is. That would be Avengers versus X-Men at over 1,680 pages. Biggest omnibus.
Oh, DeLorean, thank you.
I have not read Captain America by JMS. How is it? Omar, I just got AMS Volume 4. I stopped at issue 120. Nothing significant happens after that, right? No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Go watch the movies now. Go watch Amazing Spider-Man 2.
My pick is so much better. Thank you for asking. However, I think I have, what's that? I say it on my head all the time. The nerves. Sciatica. Because now my left leg hurts.
Yeah, but you're self-diagnosing. Don't go to WebMD. Just go see a doctor. And let's keep going with the check.
But that's what sciatica is. Whoa. Okay. Thank you for asking, Tiffany.
Thank you, Tiff. Or JJ. JJ! Godzilla and Kong, what it is a silly monster bash. Fun and entertaining. That's all I figured.
Oh, yeah. Is this what you were talking about?
Babylon 5? Yeah.
But no, you said Star Trek. That
he wrote
Ellison
the City on the Edge of Forever.
Yeah, and then wasn't satisfied.
News Movie Channel is the one. I think it was News Movie Channel that told me that there's a comic book adaptation of
I looked at it yesterday.
City on the Edge of Forever. And
not City Edge of Forever. I have no math on my screen.
No, of the Star Trek episode, because he was upset with how it turned out.
What's your favorite X-Men Fantastic Four omnibus? X-Men is Uncanny Volume 3.
Good job.
I'm answering. I don't know your Fantastic Four favorite.
2.
Oh,
okay. No. I got to go with my favorite series, which is Mark Waid and Ringo Omnibus. I love that book. Any doctors in the chat? Melanie has a question. I'm just getting into comics. Like, never read before.
Doing a telehealth appointment.
But your beginner recommendations I've been loving so far from your older videos. Thank you. And I plan on bringing them back. Now that I have Dom helping me, he's been wonderful. And, I think he's going to be a big part of the channel if he wants to. I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. Maybe you just need...
You're talking about a daughter, right? I was taking her
to the ER.
ER.
Yeah, that was awful, man.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that it was just that. Well, Share Bear's wondering about the next manga haul or video. Can't wait for the Most Wanted Deluxe editions.
Oh, thank you. Tina and I actually filmed a video with Dark Horse Manga, and I just haven't had time to edit, so I will be editing that.
Philip, thank you for the super chat.
Reaching out to a couple publishers. The Alien Books, who also publish Valiant, they sent me a box of manga, so we'll probably be doing an overview of that, and I need to reach back out to... Yes, baby. Why are you hitting my foot?
Oh, sorry.
This is from Philip.
It's an overreaction. Wait, did I give a gift? It's an overreaction to how long it was systematically covered up or covered for Me Too pedo priest. Is this something like that you have experience with, Philip?
Scroll down. Maybe he's got another.
Okay. I just realized.
Right here. No.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Social media mobs are terrible with no winners, but how many times in the past has it happened and been covered up? Like you said, no right answer, and everyone loses. And absolutely.
Then
and we live in an age of social media now, where things like that weren't around. I can't remember who I was talking to about the entire situation, and how many people that perhaps I've looked up to were horrible human beings. We just didn't know. She realized I wasn't looking like
gotcha, yeah.
30 minutes
you weren't watching. I've done that before. Like you think you're live on something and
it's good to see you, Philip. And happy belated birthday. I get to see it. I get to say it now instead of just sending you a message. Today marks everybody.
Dark Twinkle. Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
It's Dark Twinkie, not Dark Twinkle.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Today marks 1 year of sobriety for me. What should I read to celebrate? Yay!
What should you read? Oh my god.
Oh wow.
What's a good book do you think?
There's so many.
Fall of the Mutants. Congratulations. That is a huge
I don't
deal.
know what you owe, but Scarlet Witch Last Door, because it's a redemption arc and it's like she's strong and on top of things. Yeah.
I got
good for you.
For real. Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck. It's
That's a good
wonderful.
one, too.
It's the I love that book so much. I want to do that in old reader, new reader. I need to propose that. So seriously, big congratulations. A year is no joke.
Wait, do I have a gift that
one's good.
here? No, you know what? This is you, dude. Bring it. You
your-
did it 1 year.
That's a
Awesome.
cool gift. That's a cool gift.
That one's just for you.
You can keep on trucking. Don Rosa, I just sent myself a message in the future to email Don Rosa.
I sent myself a message.
Don, when you want to come, I want to get him on with Jason Aaron, and we can talk about DuckTales. And the thumbnail is going to be how to break Don Rosa.
You seeing DuckTales?
That'll be my first question. He's going to be like, I'm out of here. This isn't DuckTales. This is Carl Barks' work. Yeah, you want to make him mad, you bring up DuckTales. Elson didn't want to write a book about the episode, so he purposely asked for 3 times the amount of money they offered to make them go away.
They did
He
it.
said, yes, we will pay you. Wow.
There was a question about cults.
Okay.
There we go. Any future for Omnibus covering cult, Finn, and Batman stories? And if yes, what it should be called? Confused, should I plan for Cult Deluxe or not, as I'm more of an Omnibus guy?
Maybe Legends of the Dark Knight Omnibus? Then they can throw in all those stories that can be read at any time in the past until they get to the crossover era. Hey, Omar,
Start your Omni collection from scratch. What Omni would you start with?
X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Uncanny one. Not the Silver Age. Uncanny one. If I had to start over again, that would be the one.
How many Omnis do we need to fill the gap between Busick runs and Bendis's run?
1. It would be the most interesting omnibus because it would be by Jeff Johns.
Oh, I hit the table.
And by Chuck Austin. Yeah. That's an interesting omnibus.
Oh, so because of our video about the Absolute Sandman editions, I bought the complete set, even though I already have the 3 Omnis, but they're outrageously beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Yes,
though.
they are. I'm so glad that you enjoy it.
Those are
That's really cool, Sean.
Those are really great collections. Like I love those books. Don Rosa and Chris Claremont double interview. Yeah. I'll have we'll talk about DuckTales and what makes Chris mad. Jonathan Hickman.
What's
We'll talk about Hickman
what's
and
that
DuckTales.
Song you just listened to it yesterday? Double Trouble Tonight.
Oh, from Eurovision?
Yes. That's what the theme would be.
Just rewatch your Marvel Evergreen live stream, Buying the Phoenix Saga as we speak. Thoughts, Omar and Melanie? Yeah, sure. Go for it. If you want a more complete story, just buy Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 2, which comes out later this year as a reprint.
Alan's saying that was a great answer.
Thank you. Is that the first you bought? And
it's Walt's time.
It's Walt's time. So if you live in Europe
down here, Walt's time.
Well, good job quoting Goonies. If you live in Europe and you're interested in purchasing big books, check out waltzcomicshop.com. They're based out of Berlin, Germany, and they have the cheapest pre-order prices for the big books from Marvel and DC. And all emails answered within 24 hours, flat shipping rates of €12 for all EU countries. And exclusively for you Near Mint viewers, you use the code Near Mint Condition, one word at the checkout. You get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of over €40 or more. And every month they do something called the Book of the Month. And this month's Walt's big books are Green Lantern Corps by Peter Tomasi and Patrick Gleason Omnibus Volume 2. It's €99. X-tinction Agenda Omnibus, both the Rec Market and the Standard Edition are €79.99. And Vinland Saga Deluxe Edition Volume 3, €37.50. And that's Walt's Comic Shop.
Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting, ting, ting.
You take off 1 week and you mess up the app.
I almost said previous collected editions. I got distracted while you were reading that. I saw Fables, and then it made me think about how when we were at the National Gallery of Art, that we were both drawn to the pictures that kind of were busy and comic booky, yeah. Like, yeah, you guys, I saw Van Gogh's name is
Van
pronounced
Gogh.
Van Gogh. Van Gogh.
Oh, is it? Go ahead, tell 'em what you saw.
Self-portrait. I've like cried. Think about it. Like, it's really important to me. Like, I love Van Gogh, and his picture, the wheat grass fields. Oh, I love him. I don't know what they're called, his paintings, but that was a magical experience. You can tell in the picture I'm kind of shy. Like, I'm not even close to the picture.
No, you can't take that picture home with you.
I mean, I suppose because it's so famous, like I didn't want to get yelled at.
What cover of Wolverine Omni 5 are you going with? I'm going with the covered issue 100. Melanie, your brain stalled.
Yeah, because I was thinking about Fables in Washington, D.C.
Age of Apocalypse is my favorite Marvel event. Any word when a reprint will be coming? No word yet, but remember, every year we do have our reprint poll, and we share that with Marvel.
That's a compliment to, what's his name? Who made me cry? Can't recall his name. The artist.
Ernest?
No, the artist on Fables. Please.
Mark Buckingham.
Buckingham. I always want to call him something else. Anywho, that's a compliment to Mark Buckingham. I looked at that and thought, the art gallery, right?
You should tell him that when we interview him. You got his contact info. Hey, Keenan, how you doing, buddy? I got an email set up with, or a meeting set up with Keenan. We need to talk about some things.
Oh, okay.
Best cover. Oh, it's solid. Will there be a Shadow of the Bat Omnibus? I hope if they do a Legends of the Dark Knight, we get a Shadow of the Bat Omnibus too. And yes, there's going to be double dipping, but I don't care.
Double trouble.
Give a like to this stream. Thank you so much. What would there's Doug. I was just talking about you, man. And your look, Bruce found 4 kitties. He actually sent me some pictures of the kitties. And I was like, oh, my friend Doug would have kept all those kittens like forever.
Gordon Ramsay would look Iron Walk Jan.
Look how small that kitty is.
Oh my god.
It's tiny. It looks like a bat.
Little.
What would Gordon Ramsay's favorite comic be? The Hellfire Gala.
No, this one.
Iron Walk Jan. Oh, Havoc is here, baby.
Oh,
now
gosh,
we can relax.
look at the back.
What is wrong with you? Whoa, what's up with that back? I'm scared for the results of the most wanted poll. I'm praying that modern era Moon Knight. Let me tell you something. Holy moly. There's one in particular that everybody had at number 1. And here's the thing. We're going to announce the poll. We're going to do the top 60. It's going to be a countdown next Sunday at 2:30. Myself, Peter. I'm going to see who else wants to be involved. And, of course, I'll ask Tiger Eyes because it is named after him. It is his poll that he's been doing for years. And it would be an honor to have him talk about these books with us. But, last year we had 600, which was previous. Tiger Eyes talked a little bit about the history of the poll, how it started from 100 to 200 to 300 to 500. Now this is the 12th annual, and it went all the way to 12. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I got the right number. 1,630, over 1,000 more votes than it's ever been. 1,000 more votes than it got last year.
That's awesome.
And that's, a lot of it has to do with how much easier we made it. So there's one omnibus. Look, here's the thing, though. It has shifted in the way that it used to be, because it used to be, you write in a vote and people from the Marvel Masterworks were the biggest voters. Now it's kind of shifted to a different audience of a different era is all I will say. But yeah, this was really exciting. I can't wait to see this. Yeah, I can't wait to unveil it. We'll have the results later this weekend. Daredevil by Miller Companion Books. Lord and Lady of the Big Books. Oh, I like that name. I have a problem in Nature Inside. I'm stating that all users of mouth beams are villains. Mouth beams. Like Piccolo?
They can turn good, but originally a villain. Also, beam is different from a breath element attack.
AKA
Scott Summer doesn't have fire eyes.
No, he has optic blasts.
Yeah, Josh is going to die on this hill.
Why do you have to die? No one's fighting, Josh. Mouth blast? What about the super freeze? Is that considered a mouth blast?
No, he said that did it.
Does not. Okay.
I'm trying to think of something that's good that has a mouth beam that has always been good. I don't know.
So you don't trust people with mouth blasts, is what you're saying.
That's a good observation.
James, if Alf is on the if Alf makes it in the top 5, not only can you join, but you're gonna take over. I'll be sitting that one out. Generation X's Chamber of Villain.
Does Chamber have mouth beam?
No, it's more of a blast out of his chest. He blew his bottom jaw.
Oh, that okay.
Thank goodness he's also a telepathic. His channel's deadly for wallets. Keep away if you're broke. Thanks for that, Carson.
No Spooey channel.
When I think of Mark Buckingham, I think of Fables. But when I think of Lindsey Buckingham, I think of the song Trouble, a song title not unlike a certain reading event from recent book club.
So what you were reading earlier was how the Squid saying the Daredevil by Miller Companion Omnibus is almost here. Love the show, but my wallet's angry at you.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Will we ever see reprints of Hoxpox? Surely, right? I feel like the Hickman era hasn't gotten nearly enough omnibus volumes.
I don't know if he'll get reprints. I mean, they're probably going to look at that era and start putting things in some kind of format.
Okay.
Because they don't really reprint hardcovers. I mean, they may. They have, what, Civil War, Immortal Hulk? They've done a couple. Unlike DC. DC reprints their deluxe editions, but Marvel really doesn't.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Lance,
what's up, Lance?
I'm a viewer who took some time away from the comic channels, but I'm back. I'm currently reading Claremont's X-Men, and I'm on the Brood Saga. Also, we share a birthday, Omar.
Yo, March 14th, man. March babies are best babies. The original Brood Saga. So, like, the original one with, like, Dave Cockrum's art. I love that stuff. And then when Paul Smith draws it, but my favorite one is also by Claremont, but with Mark Silvestri on art, it's the Earthfall story. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love that story.
Now that the Road to Onslaught Omnibus is coming out, how much of an unbroken run is there for Uncanny X-Men and Omnis?
We need a lot post Onslaught, but we don't have any to take us to new X-Men and Astonishing. Probably about no, we did have Revolution, and we had Eve of Destruction. To take us there, we would probably need 2 more Omnis, and we could call it Blue and Gold, like those trade paperbacks, or they can even call it the Magneto War. Or the Joe Bad era, you could call the Trial of Gambit, and then later on we can have the Magneto War, and that takes us to the 12.
Man said, yep, the original Brood Saga.
Yeah, man, it's a classic. Now I'm mapping my X. Yeah, I think 2, and that would take us to the 12.
Hat of Spirit, I suggest Astonishing X-Men.
How to get into X-Men?
Love the art. Oh my gosh.
It's a good modern story. Age of Apocalypse is a lot of fun. You don't need to know anything about the characters. It's an alternate reality. Wolverine Volume 1. It's another good way to get into it. So there. Challenge accepted and triumphant. There's a girl in the group, but I'm scared to ask for her phone number. Here, hold on a second.
There's a girl
in a group, but I'm scared to ask for her phone number. Let me ask you something. Is she in a group of girls and you're scared to approach her in front? Or is she in a group chat? I need a little more information.
Context.
A little more context would help, but don't be shy. Worst thing she can say is no. Then you're like, cool, move on to somebody else, right? Think of it like that. Just don't
Brood Saga.
Don't
get it.
Don't miss on something that could be good because you were scared to take a chance, right?
Aww.
What would Guts do? No, don't answer that.
Yeah,
don't answer. Let me think of somebody a little more.
Omar, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Richard Stalking. But I believe Daredevil Epic Collections Volumes 1 through 7 pretty much are Daredevil Omnis 1 through 3.
Mapping's a little different, but yeah, practically yes. Let's see, in college with girls. So she's in college. You're in college with this young lady, and she's with a group right now. Just go and do it. The older you get, the more you realize, dang, I should have done that. I should have taken an opportunity. You don't want to wake up 20 years from now with a bad back going, man, I should have asked that pretty girl out. Because she could have said, yeah. Or sciatica, because you went to WebMD instead of going to an actual doctor. When will you announce the Tiger Eye poll? Next Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You don't.
Where are you going?
I'm getting the package.
Oh, okay. 5 must-have Omnis of all time. Uncanny 1. Gotham Central. What's another good monster? The Hellboy, monster size Hellboy. I'm including that one too. Omnibus. Okay. Keep it together, Omar. Can't be X-Men. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1. It's phenomenal. Oh God, this is hard. Batman by Snyder and Capullo. There you go. Final answer.
So, baby, who is this from?
This is from our buddy Adam. Let's not hold up that part. Okay. And Adam is the gentleman that was telling us about Rocco. So he sent something for the giveaway right here. A hardcover of the Department of Truth. So I will 100th when we reach 100. Oh my gosh, 100,000 sub giveaway. So thank you, Adam. And he also got us shirts. And if you've been following us for the last couple of weeks, I've been talking about this organization. But these are practically all the same shirt, just different sizes for the whole family. And it's the Rocco Strong, young man who's 6 years old that has cancer. His family is taking GoFundMe. Then we are putting the GoFundMe in the link of our description, like we have for the last.
And I'm sure James will in just 2 seconds put it in the chat.
Yeah, for the last couple of weeks. So praying for him, even if you can't afford to send anything, prayers and positive thoughts go a long way. So thank you so much, Adam. We'll be wearing these.
Thank you,
week.
James. Look, I do it. So please don't super chat us the money. Go directly to GoFundMe. Yes. Yeah. That to ensure that it all goes to GoFundMe to Rocco.
Yeah. It's great. Omar, what's your most anticipated omnibus of 2024 not released yet?
Thank you, New Spooky Channel.
Road to Onslaught is such a good cap filler, but I hate that era. Superman, The Triangle Years. Final answer. Aquaman by Peter David too. Dang it. So many good ones coming. Thank you, River. Monkeys. Who doesn't like monkeys? I love to see the chimp. Yeah, she doesn't. I don't trust people that don't like monkeys. I'd love to see a Detective Chimp movie. Note to James Gunn, make it happen. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, Detective Chimp is such an interesting character.
What is Earth X? Is that not the 616?
No, that was a series by Jim Kruger and Jean-Paul Leon, who left us way too young. Such a great artist. The character designs were by Alex Ross. So think kind of like Kingdom Come, but a darker version of Kingdom Come. So it's set in this possible future. That's where that one character comes from that is in the the Fantastic Four movie. People were throwing they're throwing a fit that it's not Norrin Rad, but it's a young lady. She's a character from the comics. But while it's gonna take a beating, too many things I like coming out. That's what it does, baby. Was a great way to get into Marvel Comics if you're more interested in the characters like Moon Knight or Ghost Rider. I would go with something like with Teen Books, so I can't believe I'm recommending this, but that's okay. Jason Aaron's Avengers actually has Moon Knight as part of the team and Ghost Rider as part of the team. So maybe that route. Thoughts on Scott Dunbier leaving IDW and the future of artist editions? I have a lot of thoughts, but I can't say anything. And Melanie was in the car when I was talking to IDW about these things. And so I had a meeting with them. And unfortunately, I can't say things. But I know that Scott's going to release a statement on Monday talking about what his future is going to be.
DC Omni reprint polls in early, middle, or late May.
Peter and I are going to be handling that. And let me tell you, that man is insane. For somebody that doesn't know a lot about DC Comics, he is going in mapping hard. And I may take some volunteers to help us with that because it's a beast to put together because it's never been put together. At least we had a little bit of a backbone with the Marvel Most Wanted Omnis. We don't have a backbone for any of this stuff of DC. So we're going to do the DC reprints first. Oh, I'm sorry. You said reprint. I thought you meant Most Wanted. My bad. That looks to be late April, probably is when we're going to kick it off. I haven't finished watching Invincible. I need to watch the latest season. Marvelverse is a good to start for new readers. Absolutely. Keep in mind their digest size, though.
Josh, I volunteer. What's a DC?
No. Every time I see Astro City, I think of Michael Scott and Dwight's Electric City. Brad Doug. I love that song. When are you doing the Most Wanted poll? Phil, just for you, buddy. Anytime. Anytime, my friend. Hey, Torsten, how are you? I hate Earth X. As a Fantastic Four fan, I can't stand what they did to Watu or how dumb they made Reed. How do you feel about the Maker, John? Just out of curiosity. There were aspects I really enjoyed, like what they did with Daredevil. I thought was really cool.
With the success of X-Men 97, do you think that the MCU X-Men will keep most of the 80s and 90s team and storylines, or will we be getting some more current characters and stories in there?
What do I think? I think that they're probably going to make a lot of people mad, a lot of people happy, and a lot of people like myself just don't care, whatever. I was talking to a good friend of mine. He's a little bit younger. He's in his 30s. And he was going off about the Fantastic Four. He was one that had a problem with this young lady that was cast as Silver Surfer. And I said, look, man, I was with you like when Transformers came out, Michael Bay destroyed my childhood. But the older I get, the more I realize it doesn't really destroy any of the stories that I grew up with.
No.
It's just another incarnation of the characters. It doesn't take away what I got out of the original stories. So that's the way I feel about all the MCU and all these movies. You know, people get upset like, oh, it's not the right person, or they're gender swapping, or they're race swapping. It doesn't matter to me. Like, I still have the original comics. And people are always going to argue about these things. And I think you reach a certain age where you just stop caring and you're like, whatever. Sure. I still got the comics to go back to. And I'll see the movie for whatever it is.
¿Para cuándo un evergreen de Morrison?
¿Solo de Morrison nomás? No sé. Porque a todos del grupo nos encanta Morrison. What did I just say?
Oh, I started reading. You said, I don't know, and then I was reading comments. Okay. Are you going to translate?
Oh, yeah, he was asking when we're going to do an evergreen of Morrison books, which was freaking awesome. That would be cool.
No, I meant for them translate. Why are you looking at me?
I did. He was asking.
No, I know. But you're looking at me like
I'm sorry, people. What he was asking was when we're going to do an evergreen show on just Morrison books. Is that better?
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you all for watching. Good morning, NMC. Hope everyone's doing well. We're doing good.
All that matters is the old stuff.
All that matters is the old stuff, baby. The Bronze Age or whatever era you grew up in. I just want a good movie. They can't get that right, so who cares who they cast? What was the movie that I liked?
Philip said that was better. Thank you.
That was better. You're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. I'm trying.
Bar!
Dude, Bar, where you been? You got all kinds of like love, and people were like, Bar was right. And I was like, don't start that movement.
It's just me. I read both of these yesterday, and they're so good, and I want to read more G. Willow Wilson.
Now she wants to steal Ben's original piece of art.
How do you pronounce the artist's name? Marcio?
Marcio Takara?
So good.
That's Ben. He's the one that's best friends with him and got a piece of original art. I'm jealous of that.
His best friends. And also, I picked this up at the comic book shop that we went to because Zoe Thorogood did the first issue, or not issue, first story, and I hit the table. I love Zoe's art. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Let me just show the whole thing.
No, please don't.
Now, this wasn't my local comic store, so I didn't pick up my folder, so I haven't read Ultimate Spider-Man yet, number 3.
I need to catch up on X-Men too.
It's at Deadpool number 1 by Ziegler, and Cable number 3 is in my folder, and
this is the Green home Goblin. Of collected editions.
Shit,
right?
What is that called? I can't remember.
It's Goblin Shadow.
Goblin Shadow.
You don't even know what it's called. And honestly, the only reason I know is because they already solicited the trade paperback.
Yeah.
What's a better mini? The Daredevil versus Punisher mini means and ends, or the Punisher versus Bullseye by Way and Dillon. Is that Daniel Way's story you like? Actually, that is a Daniel Way story I like. I like that Bullseye story. So I'm going to go with that one.
Bar's always right.
Okay.
Bar always left.
Good morning. What's up, Break Gear? How you doing, brother? When can we expect the overview of Star Wars Volume 2, the follow-up to Aaron's Run? That's my most exciting upcoming Omni. A week before it comes out. It's usually when I do those. So maybe not this coming Monday, but maybe the next one.
I'm excited. I love me some Deadpool.
Let's make it into a thing. Make what into a thing? I hope we get Ruth's iconic line from the Ozone. Which one's just such a potty mouth?
Rahul said that Oh yeah, that the art was good, but
It was.
also the movies got him into Transformers. Where is it? Yeah, the first Bay Transformers movies got me interested in the franchise, so that's good.
That's awesome, and that's, I mean, to me, that's the point of the movies and animated shows, is to get people into the comics. We love DC to do. Okay, no joke. I love Poison Ivy, and I would not have known.
All right, Phil.
That's okay. Why you gotta yell, Philip? It is your birthday
It was
weekend,
so
so you
good.
get away with that.
Omar was driving. Lionheart made a joke earlier. Was it Lionheart about how was Omar driving or was I driving and reading at the same time? I just read through both of them back to back.
I used to drive like that. She used to get mad at me when I used to drive like this because I would read, but I'd only read it like it's like Dennis in Always Sunny eating cereal when he's at a stoplight.
I did eat oatmeal during the traffic in DC.
The maker's hit or miss with me. Sometimes I enjoy him. Other times his presence makes me itch. Evil reads aren't new. Depending on the day and my mood for the makers specifically, though.
Is that what you were reading? That like accidentally cut you off?
No, I was reading something. It's okay.
Shoot. I was trying to find it.
Hi, Bar. Bar was right.
Would you like to see released in absolute format? What would you like to see released in absolute format? I would really love Ryan B. Swamp Thing. Whoa, that Dial H by China
Novelli? I actually do a video every year of my most wanted absolute editions. And no lie, I love Batman Year 2. I'd love to see that, just to have Alan Davis and Todd McFarlane's art in oversized format. That should get some kind of treatment because the artwork in that alone is just amazing.
I read both volumes back to back. I mean, this page right here is very like inspirational. This one.
I think the Cult deserves to have an absolute instead of a deluxe edition, but I'll take a deluxe.
I like Poison Ivy. I like how she's still a bad guy and she keeps making mistakes and like she just messes things up and then she just keeps going. And all the psychedelic artwork. Oh, and the covers in the back.
So who's the best Marvel colorist working? I'm a big fan of Rachel Rosenberg. Color's so good that I can't see the pencils and inks. Yes, I'm being sarcastic. I like Rachel Rosenberg on specific titles, but Matthew Wilson is killing it on Thor. Dude, Dial H is an absolute would be great. There's so many good ones that would be awesome. What did you think of Ethan Van Sciver's Lantern contributions? To me, Ethan Van Sciver's Green Lantern, like, I think he's still the definitive Green Lantern artist to me. Evan Reyes comes to close second, but I think it was because when I was coming back to comics, I read the Green Lantern Rebirth. So that Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Sciver team up was what I always gravitate towards. But don't get me wrong, there've been a lot of great artists on that run. But I think Ivan Rey is probably a close second, if not up there on par with EVS. But if you're going with childhood, then I got to go with my dude, Daryl Banks, because that art for Kyle, so good at that time. Omar, what are the chances that the Authority Omnibus gets reprinted prior to the movie?
I like the way this
the way they've been reprinting these things left and right. I mean, chances are good, but we are going to do a reprint poll, and I will share that with all three of my contacts at DC. Whatever they do with that list is up to them.
This is a guest artist. But there's so much body horror throughout both books.
Okay,
the end.
All right. My only issue with MCU's FF is them starting with Galactus, because aside from the obvious answer of Doom, where can you go after that? That was my problem with Green Lantern, speaking of Green Lantern, that they started with the freaking Parallax. Why do you start with what you should end with?
She changed it to I was right.
Oh, well, no, you can do what's it called? Book club on Poison Ivy and make it at a time where Bart can't show up.
No, not again, because we did talk about her.
Okay, wait. Let's go here now. Now, Phil, you're a little older than me. I'm not going to say how much older. You're a little older. That's why Gil Kane is your definitive Green Lantern artist. But for me, it's either Daryl Banks or EVS or Reyes. One of those, yeah. Gil Kane, though, over the years, has become one of my favorite artists because of all these. Like, I had never read his Conan stuff, and it is amazing. I love that he brought in something new. Like, I noticed when I used to get the old trade paperbacks that didn't come out in chronological order because I had stopped getting the Masterworks. Gil Kane's art was a little bit different than somebody like John Romita. And I don't think I appreciated it at the time. And the same can be said about the artwork by Gene Colan. I don't think I appreciated it when I was younger. So when I got older, I learned to appreciate the layouts and the composition. Oh, masters. You're a tracer, Chasing Amy. The inkers. Yeah. Good morning if you're just now joining.
Gil Kane is the answer. I don't care, but fill it back to me more than Omar.
What?
When do you think we'll get volume 15 of Berserk?
It'll be a while. We still don't have the Tonkabons. It'll be a while.
That's true, yeah. We need an ambush bug, homie.
I'll take a compendium of ambush bug. Rest in peace, Keith Giffen. I love ambush bug. Doug Mankey was amazing. Yes, Green Lantern Corps. So that's my loophole. Now, if I'm talking about Green Lantern Corps, then I'm gonna go with Doug Mankey. Freaking out. Dang it. Wait, what about Patrick Gleason, though? Nope. You know what? I'm gonna go with Patrick Gleason, Doug Mankey on the Justice League Dark. Loopholes, baby. Always loopholes. There's a couple of problems I have with the MCU FF, but my biggest one is that they're trying to write them into the MCU rather than have them introduced into the MCU. Are you talking about? Yeah, no. So like, there's a lot of rumors going on. I don't know what to believe and what not to believe. Right? The idea that it's a period piece or from another universe. I don't know, and it's hard to go into a movie, and I just want to be entertained. And like my buddy Roberto Rodriguez said, I just want a good movie.
My mama's gonna be here, so
okay.
Thank you for the invite. No, I was talking to Bar and Ben earlier. Yeah, my mom is coming to visit. There is where we go. Ryan Stegman apparently is posting so much interior art from X-Men issue 1. People will be able to put the issue together like a puzzle again.
That's like a trailer.
I'm so excited. His art is so good.
He is a good artist, and I'm so glad that he made a statement about comics like that. Really hit me. He's like, there's no reason why these books aren't selling better than they are. Like, that really resonated with me because there's a lot of things,
Say it again. What?
That these comic books, these X-Men comics should be selling better than what they are.
Just in general, X-Men.
Yeah, just because of the popularity, and they've inspired so much. Just like look at X-Men 97, look at the toy lines, and then look at how excited people are for the movies like Deadpool, which even have a hint of X-Men.
Because it's so much easier to watch something than to read. And also
okay, stop that nonsense. Because we've had comics sell a lot in the past. I mean, the excuse of something, I get it. Like, it's easier to play video games and watch movies. And I was just joking when I said stop that nonsense. I'm talking to the people that have that have that kind of mentality of like, oh, but it's so much easier to play a video game and watch movies. Yes, but these things have been a part of pop culture for decades, and it didn't stop them before.
I get that because it's difficult to just jump in someplace. You're like, well, where do I jump in? That's what's it called?
No, that's
intimidating.
That's a ridiculous argument.
Okay, but
like nothing makes me madder than that. Okay, a lot of things make me mad.
Listen, chill. I think it's a legit reason.
Because we have a manga mentality of like, look, I could start One Piece at volume 1. We are like human beings are a lot smart. Oh God, I better not say that. Never mind. No, that meme makes me mad. The meme
I don't.
Yeah, there's obviously this stupid meme of somebody holding up a like Naruto or One Piece, going, "This is so much easier to get into than," and then holding up like an X-Men comic.
As somebody, like I was at Third Eye and I chose not to get something because I was like, I don't know if I want to start in the middle of the story. And look at how much I love comics. So yes,
but did you try to ask?
That. Me? No, because I've got 50 million other things in my brain I'm trying to figure out. Sometimes
don't take it personal.
Well, I think I am taking it a little personal.
No, I'm speaking in general, like to people that have that argument of this is so much harder to get into. Of course,
there's a way around it, and there's advice like we give people, but it's a legit reason to not get into it. That's it.
Whatever.
Okay.
I want to eat lunch with you, so I'm gonna drop it.
Okay. I think there's some miscommunication going on. I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying. I don't think I'm hearing what you're saying.
Isn't that being married?
In case you were about to say human beings are not smarter than they look.
I stopped myself.
I'm part of the problem.
I stopped myself.
Saying like I was right or
No,
it's a right or a wrong.
And
It's just it's a thing. It stopped me.
Okay.
It's not something that people just make up. It's a legit problem.
Okay, baby.
Okay, there you go. She can't believe she said that.
Hashtag Omar was right. Can we start that movement? Yo, don't say that, man. She's got a folding chair over there. I want her to get smacked. Okay, see, Craig agrees with you. He's hashtag
brother.
Melanie was right. And that's okay.
That's right. It was, and I agree with Roberto.
What's he saying? Read that, baby.
Everything, if not most things in life, is to jump in, and you maybe really don't realize it until you are much older and have life experiences. No, I totally agree. I just did not have the brain power that day to jump in.
If only there was a YouTube channel.
God bless America.
Dude, I stopped myself. I want to eat lunch with this woman, so I better stop.
Did you order SH Figure Arts Berserk? Shirk?
No, what?
I said Shirk?
I thought it was Shirky.
I don't know.
I didn't know she was out. I need to get that though.
She's so cute.
Because I got the other ones.
Okay, too relatable. See.
Don't forget, Omar, she gets 60%. Yeah, there goes my Uncanny book. There goes my Uncanny Omnis. This is going to be the home of 40% of collected edition. Meet my new co-host, my divorce lawyer, who's trying to get 50% of my collected editions back. Yeah, I hear that mentioned a lot because people think they got to start from the beginning as a new reader. I thought so too. Mel is right. Omar. I hate that meme, dude. I hate it.
Yes.
Okay, I'm with Melanie. I love comics, but I actively choose to not read some comics because I don't want to do the research, just so I can understand enough of what I need to know to jump in. All right. It might be a legitimate problem, but it is based on misinformation.
Final Shadow, I think you just encapsulated the miscommunication between two of us.
Marriage?
You could be our therapist.
I was able to get into comics at 16 with absolutely no prior knowledge about comics. I just started reading where I felt like starting.
And I've done that. And I've done that in the past. I just didn't feel like it that day.
Now, Phil, don't you start that nonsense. Hashtag Melanie and Bar are always right. I was on Omar's side, but then he continued talking. You know, Bar, I said I liked Poison Ivy. It was probably one of my favorite books this year.
Ooh, have you ever tried to make sacrifices to your ever-growing collection in order to make room, or have you gotten luck with Omnis and other helped you collect editions? Years ago, you sold a lot of figures to make room for new figures. Right? So
the biggest sacrifice I have made.
We moved.
Speaking of sacrifice, don't forget the eclipses this week.
Oh my gosh.
Coming up.
I'm not wearing.
I sold
on Monday.
Super Nintendo, TurboGrafx 16, Neo Geo, anything that was cartridge based, I sold, and it broke my heart. Game Boy, all of it gone, and I had original boxes. I had the scratch and sniff stickers with my Earthbound box set. Oh, it broke my heart.
Oh,
yeah, that's pain, baby. That's pain.
Apparently, I don't know nothing about that. So,
but yeah, I think we all do. We all got to make calls, right? I've turned out so much books because I felt so overwhelmed by the research I had to make in order to be background ready for the story. And nowadays, back in my day, we had comic book stores. I just asked the old guys at the comic book store. Nowadays, we have the internet.
And I honestly ask Omar a lot of questions. Like Bar, I was like, "Who's the Green Man?"
Yeah, but I mean, the more you read, the more you can.
I can get it enough. Yeah, I was just wondering, like, who's the Green Man? Did I read that in the Swamp thing I read? Was he in book 1?
Yeah, he's the Flora. Oh, I don't want to give away. You sold your TurboGrafx 16. I know, I did. I sold. I had to make room, and then to afford these big books. It was rough. It was a tough decision. I always tell the story of me holding on to my Secret of Mana and my Final Fantasy 3 complete with the strategy guide for Final Fantasy and Secret of Mana. And I remember thinking, I'll hold on to these two. And then I thought, no, because if I hold on to these two, my dumb butt will go and buy all the other cartridges back. So I let him go. just like Scott Summers did with Cable.
I had
So
the
let it go. It makes me cry, just like your stupid Van Gogh story. Holding on to those two.
Wasn't a stupid story.
Well, neither was mine.
I never said it was stupid. What are you talking about?
It was misinformation, I think.
Final Shadow. Now we're gonna use that.
I'm gonna use it all day.
I had the Game Boy carrying case. It was a big Game Boy that was hollow and
yeah,
it had a handle. Oh, I love that.
We
thing.
sold that at a yard sale. I remember some kid was like, but you know what? I'm glad that went to where it did, because that kid was like, I've got $5.45. He could have been a flipper, but he got me with that $5.45.
Let's see. Important question. Which cover of the second volume of Avengers by Busick and Perez will match up with the crimson red cover of the first one?
I can tell you it's not the standard, but it's going to be one of the direct market covers. No lunch strike. Hey, man,
Eating lunch?
keeping tabs on how many strikes I get.
Floronic Man.
I am more excited for DC. Floronic. I didn't say fluorescent. Knew the Floronic Man, but mostly because of the Ivy story of Secret Origins. I love the new spin G. Willow Wilson has on the story in issues 19 through 21. Well, no spoilers, Bar. Hey, Omar, Melanie, did you get a copy of the Batman Treasury at the comic shop? Highly recommended.
Oh, no.
Batman Treasury. What's the Batman Treasury? No, and we did not.
Do you remember the Marvel hardcover premiere editions? Wait, was that Trouble?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I remember they're all over there.
Yeah, Trouble's one of them. There are I still have some. I still have the Marvel Boy one. What other one do I still have? The Hood, I think. I still have my hardcover of the Hood, or I may have gave that one away. Yeah, but I do remember those. Just join the party, and not to change the subject, but is there an omni potential between X-Men Leave Volume 2 and Age of Apocalypse? Just finished Volume 2 and was curious. Well, I mean, after 2, you need Shattershot, you need Bishop's Crossing, Executioner Song. And what did you say, Age of Apocalypse? You still need Fatal Attractions, Wedding of Cyclops and Phoenix, The Phalanx Covenant, Legion Quest, and then Age of Apocalypse. So potential, absolutely. They could just rebrand some, which is what we're trying to do. You all voted for Bishop's Crossing and Executioner Song to be put together in one book, but I'm going to see if they can also put Shattershot in there. You got yourself a big fatty. Does that make sense? Do the words that are coming out of my mouth make sense to people, or is it too complex for the manga folk?
What are you doing? You're just asking for it. Oh, Brian's saying that my grandma bought me the Earthbound video game with the
scratch and sniff stickers
because she thought it was educational because it came with a book.
But was that not one of the best experiences you had playing a game? That was one of the most iconic games at the time.
I tried playing it.
Yeah, you weren't a fan of it.
No.
Too retro for you. You're like, I'm going to play Undertale instead. So I was like, but that's based on this.
I understand that. Thanks for telling me. I had no idea.
Okay, that makes sense. That's what's up. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Big Stu, how are you, buddy?
What's upcoming on the bestest channel ever this week?
Well, I worked on my schedule this week. So let's see. Tomorrow is my haul video for January and February. I've had it filmed for a while, but I was waiting for the right Sunday to post it. So it'll be tomorrow. And then Monday is my overview of Micronauts along with the giveaway. So make sure you tune into that. And then in the afternoon at 5 p.m., I'm interviewing Jason Aaron. And it'll be a live interview. So come with questions. And I will be hogging the conversation, talking about Scrooge McDuck, but turtles, of course. And Tuesday's the Marvel Trade Paperbacks, Old Reader, New Reader at 8 p.m. Wednesday is the Joshua Williamson Flash Omnibus Overview. At 8 p.m., Amanda and I have a movie show. We don't know what we're talking about yet because I haven't texted her. Thursday is going to be an overview of the Valiant books, and Friday will be the Fantagraphics book. And those are subject to change because I also have something else. Some magnetic press books I need to do overviews of. So, yeah, thank you all. Omar, are you going to wish Big Stu in Orlando a happy early birthday? When is your birthday, buddy?
Happy early birthday to
there you go.
Happy early birthday to you. Happy early birthday, dear Big Stu in Orlando. Happy birthday to you and many more.
Happy birthday, buddy. Early birthday at that.
Rahul loves them their interviews.
Oh, thank you, Rahul.
Ooh, the Discord Movie Club is doing The Crow.
The original Crow. There have been like 6 sequels to that. Why do trade paperbacks exist? Probably because not everybody's a fan of hardcovers. Not everybody can afford them, so they're more affordable for people.
Or
are you
asking like, what's the purpose of like collecting like these into a trade? Maybe?
To experience the stories in a easier to read format. I don't want to say cheaper because some trades like the Immortal Thor are more expensive than the single issues. But most of the time, they are cheaper than the single issues.
I love her outfit. Yeah, it's distracted.
Omar, there's only one Crow movie, sir. Only one. Oh,
right.
The Crow 2, right? I've never been the biggest fan of the Crow movie. That came out at the time when Stone Temple Pilots was blowing up because of that movie. Trade paperback is big with kids comics, too. Also that. We have a fan on Discord who hates hardcovers but loves soft covers. There you go. I missed the part of the stream about the new printing of Arkham Saga Omnibus. Do you know when it can be pre-ordered? Not yet. It is just in the catalog. No official solicitation yet. Time for my questions. So, no hope for edition of that 5-page story to the Dazzler Omnibus. Any more info? Which story? What was it, Fabio? Do you remember? The hope? No hope for edition. What was the 5-page story? Where was it from? And any more info on the X-tinction agenda? No more info.
Vacation.
Do you ever take breaks
for vacation?
I'm gonna take 2 weeks off in the summer.
Yeah.
But I mean, there'll still be videos, and we'll probably figure out a way to do the live stream unless Maddie can take over, and that would be great. I'll get Oddfell and Maddie to do shows together.
Talk about Omni for new Batman and X-Men readers. Wow, that's a good question.
Uncanny 1, Astonishing X-Men, Batman by Grant Morrison 1, Batman by Scott Snyder, Batman by Paul Dini, Batman Nightfall, so you can experience what a crossover is like. And I actually really like No Man's Land. So Batman No Man's Land, maybe that's a better crossover. And for X-Men, let's see, I did Astonishing Wolverine 1, and I know this is, but you know what? No, I think X-Men by Jim Lee and Chris Claremont. That's a good one. Let's get some of that early Jim Lee artwork. And Mutant Massacre. Final answer. Oh, the Breakers is from Marvel Breakers Beauty and the Beast. I will ask about that, okay? I'm sure they already thought about it, but yes. Batman Adventures is another one. That's another one that I would suggest too.
Could you please consider doing a video on the unsung heroes of comics, inkers, colors, and letters, and how you can tell a good one from a bad? Because not going to lie, I rarely notice or pay attention to them.
Yeah, of course. Maybe I can interview some. I'll start reaching out. I'll get with Dom and we'll start reaching out with Taylor. Taylor Talks Comics, how you doing? You watching? Hit that like button.
When are your oldest Marvel hardcover compendium editions to ever come out? I remember my local comic book store had lots of them when I was a kid in the 90s.
Marvel hardcover compendiums. Masterworks have been around since the 80s. So compendiums, like the Omnibus editions were the Barnes & Noble Ultimate Spider-Man, and then we had a Fantastic Four, Volume 1. That's the one that went to market. But that was in 2002, 2003. I take when I travel and want a quick read. Omnis I read at home when I want to hurt my back. How come they never collected Batman War Drums or War Games? Well, they're doing Fugitive and Murderer, so other way around, Murderer and Fugitive. So anything is possible now.
Richard, you reminded me. I need to read that. Omar loves Ryan North's.
It's so good. So good. I'm loving that book. I'm drinking in a pub. Super Laughheart, how are you, buddy? In England, not Scotland, but I still pop by.
Oh, thank you.
Much love back to you, my brother. Thank you. And thank you for all the things you've sent my way over the years. I would not be in a Judge Dredd without you or Partworks. And of
Lydia
course,
likes Judge Dredd.
Yeah, or
in fact, she looked yesterday, or not yesterday, before at Third Eye Comics.
She was upset that they didn't have any Judge Dredd comics. And I was like, well, it's not an American thing. So thank you all. Thank you, Omar. Appreciate it. I got you, buddy. If one
would want to focus on the Fantastic Four side of Heroes Reborn and Returned, would there be any must-read to go along to understand the Fantastic Four stories?
You can't go wrong with the classics. I think, like the Fantastic Four by Volume 2, the Omnibus Volume 2, the Coming of Galactus. I think this has all the classic stories that they kind of bring back, especially in Claremont's early days. Scott Lobdell touches upon some of them, but is it necessary? Not really. You just have to know that they've been gone for a while. Camelot 3000 Deluxe Edition hardcover. I love that book. Beautiful, beautiful artwork by Bolin. Did you see Jim Lee saying he was going to do one last Batman story? What are your thoughts on that, Melanie? You want him to do more?
Sure. I mean, it's just sad to be like, oh, this is the last one. Like, I don't know. It's just sad.
Yeah, I know. I think like most, like what the Rolling Stones always say, this is going to be our last tour.
Yeah.
It's the last tour until the next one,
I kind of
right?
also think that, like, maybe.
Rob Liefeld said the same thing about he's done with Deadpool. He is.
And then he wasn't, so.
Well, no, he hasn't done one since, but
Oh,
he's
when
retiring.
Did he say it?
Batter Blood, that's the last Deadpool book.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
like, no, he's not. Okay, wow. What are some lesser known characters teams you like to see get a DC Finest line?
Ambush Bug? No kidding. Ambush Bug or Blue Beetle, the Ted Kord stuff. I would like to see that. All-Star Squadron, Batman and the Outsiders. There's so many. Any shops other than Third Eye, Big Planet, or Phantom, or any others uptown? We just hit up Third Eye. I wanted to hit up more, but it was like, okay, now we got to go back to DC to do the family tour thing. So, yeah.
Bye, Bar. Have fun. So, yeah, we tried. I was like, we did drive all the way here. We should see more museums in the city.
Which we did. We did.
Yeah.
Except for the
but Third Eye, oh my gosh, that
was huge. It was amazing.
Amazing.
Any idea if Marvel's planning to do a reprint of the Hulk Omnibus Volume 1 by Peter David? No idea. I don't have a list yet. I did start asking because right now they're talking about the list. So
Booster Gold.
That's a good one. Like the Jurgen stuff. Absolutely. After the show is done, head over to Omnidog's Vault. Tell him I said hello, by the way, for an amazing live show with the Unstoppable Bar reviewing Omnidog's Stack of Shame. Wait, how do you review a Stack of Shame? All you do is make fun of him.
No, wait. If y'all watch his Batter Days, I bought him a little bat for his finger so he can sing Batter Days.
My daughter was singing that song, and I was like, I'm going to kick you out of the house. He was dared about not being able to do a monthly when he did Hush and Man of Tomorrow. This is, again, something that is probably an itch he needs to scratch. He is an artist, so I hope he does keep making stuff like this.
Oh, thank you for, I'm glad that you're having fun. And also...
Oh, Students of the Week. They were on spring break, right? So you don't have any?
Yeah. And I was, no, but the week before I didn't do one either. I meant to pick
Well, you weren't here, though.
Oops. Well, next week. Yeah, next week.
Thank you for reminding her. That was really nice.
Yes, thank you.
They're around. Thank you for the super chat. They're in Shaw by U Street Station. Are there any in DC? Actual DC?
DC
that would have been cool to go and see. Oh no, we did go one. Jess and I went to one last year with Alicia. He took us to one.
Okay.
In DC.
This was out in another city.
This was in Annapolis. Origins of Marvel Comics hardcover came out in 1974. Does that count? He was asking about thick books when he mentioned Compendium, so I didn't bring that one up. That means that 2024 is really the anniversary of the first collected edition at Marvel Comics. So, yeah, that's what's up. Okay. Thank you for that.
Okay.
They're in DC proper. They're on U Street. So that's the one that I went to with Jess and my youngest daughter. 50th Origins of Comics birthday this year. 50th anniversary of collected editions.
Wow.
That's older than I am. Now I feel better. Oh gosh, John. Rank the Iron Man. Wait a minute, where's Doc Holliday? He's the one that always breaks me with these questions. All right.
Thank you for the super chat.
Rank the Iron Man stories. Demon in a Bottle, Extremis, Armor Wars, World's Most Wanted, Doom Quest, Deliverance, Ironmonger, The Mask in the Iron Man. Dude, these are tough. All right. From worst, oh dang it. I'm going to go from best to my personal take on this. I absolutely love Armor Wars. That's my favorite. Second would be Doom Quest, then Extremis, then Demon in a Bottle, then World's Most Wanted, then Deliverance, then Ironmonger. Ironmonger before Deliverance, and then the last is The Mask in the Iron Man, which I wasn't the biggest fan of. I know some people dig it, but I wasn't. I can't stay, but I just wanted to say I'm so glad your channel is doing so well, and you have made me spend so much money this week, Ryan. Ryan, how are you? Ryan hit me up to let me know that he was like, I haven't watched you in a long time. Let's just say that. But I've bought 14 books catching up. So I'm sorry, Ryan. I hope you enjoy them.
Do you consider giant-sized comics to be collected editions? DC and Marvel released a lot of giant-sized reprint issues years prior.
No. Final answer. Any hopes for James Gunn's Superman movie and the new direction of DC films in general? I'd love if you use 90s animated series as a template. I really want to love a Superman movie again. It looks like they're having fun making it. I know that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, sure, I have hopes. I enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I go in with an open mind. I'm still nursing the fantasy that DC will put a hardcover collection of Hercules Unbound by Jerry Conway, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, and Wally Wood back on schedule. Anything's possible, Dana. We've seen things taken out of the catalog that have shown back up. So anything is
Are
possible.
Armor Wars and Dune Quest by Michelini and Layton?
Armor Wars? That is not in the Omnibus, no. Dune Quest is. Now, there are two Dune Quests, because Dune Quest, what was it, 150 and then 250. The second one isn't. How can 2 hours go by so fast? Feels a lot longer when I'm working. When are the next Sunday is the Most Wanted Marvel Omnibus, and that is live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do the top 60, but the 20 is when I'm sending the Marvel.
When are we getting a 20 Most Wanted Marvel?
That's what I was answering.
Oh, oops, no, I meant start reading this
Okay.
one. Which Spider-Man Omnibus do you like most? Probably like Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1? No, Straczynski.
Which
right?
Spider-Man Omnibus
Both
is
of us?
most likely Ultimate Spider-Man 1?
No. Which Spider-Man Omni do you like the most?
Oh, Roger Stern.
Oh, shoot. I forgot about
It's got some
Stern.
of my favorite
It's
stories. in it.
true.
David Michelini and McFarlane's also solid.
Oh, that I can't pick.
Oh,
I just always go with Straczynski because I really like
that's a good one. Let's go. What's the one omnibus that surprised you? Go up a little bit. From the Marvel Most Wanted poll, I was not expecting that many votes for a modern Moon Knight. That's all I will say. Holy crap. Omar, you need to do an interview with Simon Furman for Transformers 40th. I'm working on an interview with Simon Furman sometime, I think in June or July. I just picked up the News Ghost Machine comics. That's the Jeff Johns. That's why he's doing a big signing. Midtown.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
He's going to Third Eye. I remember when Origins came out, begging my mother to buy it. Her words to me, who would pay that much money for a stupid comic book? Well, she was right, though, right? Like, I mean, those are reprints, so you should have been asking for something better, Bruce. You should have been asking for a copy of Amazing Fantasy back then.
I initially started collecting comics from hardcovers, but later switched to omnibus. I'm wondering if there's any guide available on the recommended for collecting comics.
From the hardcovers, but lately got switched to omnis. I'm wondering if there's a guide available for recommending.
Playlists.
We do we do have reading orders, but my very, very good friend and friend of the channel that appears here all the time is Peter M. Crushing Crisis. And that's
With a
Crisis
K.
with a K. Mm-hmm. Has a wonderful reading guide. Now he breaks it down like you better be ready to follow this character. He gets insane. He's like, next time he appears in Avengers, oh, you better go and buy the Shroud because he also makes an appearance there, number 6. And then he appears in the Hood, and you're like, what? This is a lot of info. But he also breaks it down by collected editions too.
Thanks, James.
And that is the link to his website.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike manga, I'll let you read this, baby.
Unlike manga to anime, do you think American comic movies' liberties with the source material hurts comics' growth?
I don't think so. I think, if anything, it put the spotlight back on comics. I know a couple of my friends, Amanda, for example, got into comics because of the movies. So there are still people that get into the comics because of the movies. And it doesn't matter that they take a lot of liberties with them. Anime adaptations have always been that, right? Like adapting the story. But they also take liberties too. If you look at Ranma or you look at older anime that, even Akira. Ultima wasn't done writing Akira when he made that movie. So, yeah, Moon Knight for life. But yeah, that's That's an interesting note, but I think it's brought a lot of attention to comics. It's just keeping people there and going back to reading those.
Explain the Omnis of Apocalypse, the 12, and Revolution. How many Omnis do we need post?
I thought I answered that earlier.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want to just follow Uncanny, you need 2 to get you to the 12. So 2 to get you to the 12. But to get to New X-Men, 2. But you also need the Casey era. Hi, guys. Any words on the passing of Ed Piskor? We talked a little bit about it earlier. If you want to go back, Final Shadow. Big thank you for the timestamps. If you want to go back, it was a. I shared what I thought about it, and again, there is no answer. But in this situation, I don't think anybody won, and definitely, his poor family, his elder dad, whose name Ed Piskor. That's got to be hard. Losing your son, who's got the same name. So our thoughts are with his family and Molly and everybody. Like, it's just it should not have gone that way. And again, like, if you are struggling with anything mentally, there are places to reach out to. But even if it's an email to somebody that makes YouTube videos, please reach out because you are loved.
And Bruce, thank you for the super chat. Amazing fantasy. I am not.
No, but if it was a back issue back then, you could have gotten your mom to get it. And then you could have rubbed it in her face later. Look, Mom, I'm rich. Yep, I have the Ed Piskor times. Thank you for that, sir. And thank you for doing the timestamps always. The Akira anime is incredibly shortened from the manga, just like Nausicaa. Both films are great, though. Yeah, Nausicaa the same way that Hayao Miyazaki was not finished writing the story. He had so much more. So Nausicaa really feels like the first Tonkobon, I guess the first 2, because there's a total of 7, which they made into 2 hardcovers here in America.
We have not, Richard, but that sounds fun. We have.
Oh gosh, that sounds amazing. Catch you on the replay and have a great weekend. You too, my brother. How many omnibuses do you think? You can click on Flying Puppet. Will take to collect the whole Ultimate Universe era. I'm barely starting to get into it, and you could probably do a reading order. Gracias, hermano. Well, you need, oh my goodness, you need Ultimate Fantastic Four, you need Ultimate X-Men, but you need to go to Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Comics X-Men. You need to get Ultimate X collected in there, Ultimatum, Ultimate Doom, like all these minis, Ultimate Marvel Team Up. You need a lot, and it's got to be fun to map it.
Spirit Channel's alone and confused. Help him.
I heard it was a recent Trouble Book Club, and there's some sort of Crow movie group on something called Discord. Where do I find it? Baby, where do people find Discord?
On the $5 Patreon tier. Thank you to all the patrons for your support, that Omar could not make this his full-time job and devote all the hours of work without your all support. So thank you.
Big thank you.
Today, I'll put out the vote for when we meet for the book club this month via Zoom.
And we need to send out an email about the one-on-ones too.
Mm-hmm.
I would map those Ultimate Omnis for free. Actually, I'd pay to do it. You pay to map it? Oh man, maybe Marvel needs to hire you as an intern.
And the Back Alley Book Club last month was Conan, and this month is Orion.
Who's getting to pick these books? Is it Josh? Cheers, you two. Much appreciated for the great chat. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. It's our pleasure. Off to lunch. Paz y amor para todos. And thank you for putting the link there. I can't wait for the day that Marvel comes out with the Ryan North Fantastic Four Omnibus. Ryan North is doing an amazing job with the First Family. I've been enjoying that. I've been enjoying Hulk. Jed McKay's Avengers has been solid. And what's the other book that Moon Knight is good. Moon Knight is really, really good. Goodbye. Glad you got to see me. The reason I love Ed Piskor is the same reason I love Omar V. The love of comics. Viva Ed Piskor, carajo. Much love back to you, Jack Ferry.
Thank you, Jack.
And thank you for the kind words, my friend. Thank you. And viva Peru, carajo, always. I make strong arguments. Josh, that could be a clickbaity title you could do on your channel, and people would click on it. Either because they're like, oh, this guy's an idiot, or like, oh, I never thought about that. Okay, no. Peaceful weekend, everybody. Yes. Before I go, Omar, any thoughts on the whole creator of Wolverine situation? That's another thing that I saw. So, okay. Yeah. Really quick recap. Apparently, they're giving Roy Thomas credit for creating Wolverine. And it's really difficult because Wolverine was designed by John Romita, but it was Herb Trimpe that drew him in the comic book that was written by Len Wein. But Roy Thomas was the editor that had the idea. But now he's getting credit without Len Wein. And people are like, well, that's going to affect Len's wife, his widow, because he passed away. I met Len years ago at a convention, and we had a really good conversation because he saw my Wolverine omnibus that I got. No, it was my X-Men omnibus that I got signed by him. And he said, oh, that's awesome. Marvel sent me 5 copies of it. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. We were talking about the movies. We were talking about the comics. And we got into this really long conversation about how he got money for Lucius, the character of Lucius Fox at DC Comics, but he didn't get anything for Wolverine because of the contracts. So I saw people upset that his widow wasn't getting anything. And I thought, well, when I talked to him, it wasn't, he made it seem like he wasn't getting anything to begin with. But I don't know much about that stuff. I mean, that is definitely something that lawyers and people way above my pay scale have to figure out. I do think that everybody that was involved in the creation of Wolverine definitely needs to be credited, and rightly so. Look how long we fought for Bill Finger. There's a generation now that grew up reading Batman comics that had no idea that at one time Bob Kane was the only person credited as Batman's maker. I think if it was a collab thing like that, they need to give credit where credit is due. And if Roy Thomas had the idea, of course he deserves the credit. I mean, he put the input there. He was the editor. But then I also think Len Wein deserves his credit too, along with Herb Trimpe and along with John Romita. But those are my thoughts as we're ending this.
Last question.
What? That just did a last question.
Omar, any chances we'll get Fantastic Four Epic Volume 25, Strange Days, reprinted anytime soon? Need to fully complete DeFalco's run.
Was that voted in our top 20? Does anybody remember? I sent them the top 25. I don't know why I'm holding up 7 fingers. Shut up, Huff Daily. I'm going to ban you. Psycho Cleveland. You ain't lying. Everybody knows who's that Pokemon. That is Snorlax, and that is the final question.
Who's that Pokemon?
So if it's in our top 25, odds are it's going to be, it might be reprinted. That's it. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like button on the way out. Check out cheapgraphicnovels.com. They're based out of America, and they're our official sponsor here for Near Mint Condition. Have a wonderful week. I'll be back live on Monday at 5 p.m. with Jason Aaron. So join us for that. Come with questions. That's it, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Stay minty.